So, welcome everybody to the July 2nd edition of SuperCast.
Is this the 4th of July version?
2nd of July. Not quite, but
in between.
In
It's
between.
our 4th of July.
Exactly. It's the 4th of July
Happy 4th of
weekend,
July.
I guess. Happy 4th of July. So, I am Noah Kinsey.
Todd Christian.
So, we are going to be talking, for the first part, we're going to be talking about what's new in TV and film for, like, comic books and related type things. And then part 2, which will be on live action comics stream, we're going to be talking about live action comics. Kind of some updates on that. There's some free material on there that's pretty exciting. Also, giveaway will explain how you can win a bunch of really cool comics, a care package shipped to you. So definitely check out part 2 after this is done. So, and I can officially say that for some people, this is where they get their news first. Because, and I sent you a thing of this. So on Friday, Rotten Tomatoes has their weekly catch-up thing. And guess who broke stories before they did? Us. So, Rotten Tomatoes, you can suck it. So we had 2 stories where we were the first ones. That weird, like, autistic space one with Brad Pitt. And we were the first to break that Dazzler is going to be in the X-Men Dark Phoenix. So you get your news here first. Pretty exciting. Calling you out, Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. So, first up, we are going to talk Comic-Con. We have a whole bunch of information related on that. First off, Comic-Con re-ups with San Diego. They're going to be there through 2021. Briefly, they went to Los Angeles, but they're staying in San Diego. So definitely reserve your hotels in advance.
Yeah,
because
like
those get stupid expensive. So for Peter Capaldi, his last season of Doctor Who is coming to an end tomorrow night with a finale, and he's also going to have a Christmas special left. He is coming to Comic-Con, as is for BBC America's the Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, that new one with Elijah Wood. So they're going to be, for BBC, they're going to be at Comic-Con. For Netflix is bringing David Ayer for his movie Bright, which stars Will Smith. That's a really big budget movie that's going to be on Netflix. They've gotten into that. As well as Death Note, Stranger Things Season 2. Probably should have put that in the title. And Marvel's The Defenders.
Stranger Things, I'm looking forward to that one.
So, yeah, they might be announcing new information about Doctor at Comic-Con. Marvel Television is also going to be bringing the new Inhumans, The Gifted, previously announced, and also they're going to be kind of sharing with the Defenders. And no news yet on Downward Dog, but don't give up on that. ABC is working to try and find a new home for it. ABC Studios, who co-produces it, are trying to find a new home for it, so don't give up yet, but we don't have any news if it found a new home or not quite yet.
I heard a couple people
stick
were
around.
pissed about that.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't. No, but I like the actress. She was in the first season of Fargo.
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen it, but I was hopeful,
Mm-hmm.
NBC is bringing their supernatural drama Midnight Texas to Comic-Con. It's premiering really soon. It came to WonderCon, and I skipped the premiere because a lot of people were in line for it, but I'm assuming it's going to be relatively decent for them. Because, has a lot of interest. It's kind of like, has a little bit of True Blood elements to it with a lot of supernatural stuff. For AMC, they're bringing Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and Preacher to Comic-Con. Amazon is bringing The Tick. So that's exciting. I am super excited for the Tick series that's going to be on Amazon. Have you seen the pilot yet on Amazon for it?
It's on my list.
You have to. Yeah. It's awesome. Anybody else see the Tick out there? Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, I just canceled cable, so I'll have more chance.
Now you'll have a chance to.
If you watch one of our episodes, we ran about cable. So
yeah, we talk about the bundle versus like a la carte
so I just canceled
options.
it.
Warner Brothers TV Group is bringing 20 shows to Comic-Con. 20, which is insane, but that's kind of their bread and butter. Warner Brothers tends to have more success with TV than film nowadays. They're wanting to kick off with Black Lightning, the new show for CW that's like the superhero show, as well as a Superman spin-off Krypton, which if you watch one of our previous episodes, we talk about that new show coming to Sci-Fi, which is like a prequel series on Krypton. So that is coming, as well as the mid-season thriller Deception. For HBO. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. And welcome to the show for the first time.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday around this time. So, yeah. So for HBO, they're bringing Game of Thrones as well as Westworld is making their San Diego debut. So if you're a big fan of Westworld, I'd recommend going. You like it? Yeah, it was awesome. It's pretty great. I liked it better than the movie. I recently saw the movie that, like, a while ago that Michael Crichton actually directed. Not for me. The show is definitely... I can see why people find it endearing, but the new show is definitely far and away better. And the last little bit of information we have is for the 20th Century Fox Television. They're bringing 8 shows, including Seth MacFarlane's sci-fi satire The Orville, the Craig Robinson's Adam Scott action comedy Ghosted, and another Marvel series starting out, The Gifted, which we talked about last week when that's going to premiere, so definitely
Is Ghosted about someone that just stops texting?
I'm assuming, because it's Craig Robinson and Adam Scott. I'm assuming that's probably part of it. Seems up their alley. So, yes, we do keep more informed, so yes. So I'm glad that you appreciate this. So that's what we have so far for Comic-Con.
The Gifted?
I thought it was okay. I'm going to kind of hold my reservations. I think it's promising. It's interesting. It's the Fox show that's like based in the X-Men world.
How do you watch that without cable?
Well, that's Fox, like network TV.
You just get it from the 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a digital.
I haven't tried that yet. We're about to.
Okay, so that's Comic-Con for this week. I'm sure there's going to be more information next week, but we're kind of moving on. Yeah. So, big news. Tremors is getting a reboot, sort of, that's going to be a series on Sci-Fi starring Kevin Bacon. That is insane, but also awesome. Very cool. He was in the first one, the 1990 cult classic.
That we love.
So cheesy. That was Sharknado before Sharknado was even born.
That was the original
Sharknado. It really was. So it's very exciting. So technically it's just a pilot order, so they haven't officially greenlit the series, but come on. If you have Kevin Bacon...
Oh, yeah, that's good.
If you have Kevin Bacon attached to this, it's going to be made a series.
Absolutely.
Suburgatory alumna Jane Levi is set to co-star opposite Andre Holland in a Hulu upcoming psychological horror drama series called Castle Rock that's coming from J.J. Abrams and Stephen King. So that's an interesting combination.
Very interesting.
Yeah, a lot of lens flares and scares, I think. And also in this will be Carrie star Sissy Spacek. So that should be very interesting. Now, we probably all saw the trailer for the Inhumans TV show that's coming out. I mean, that kind of took over Facebook and the internet world because everyone's super curious about it. We now have an official air date. It's going to premiere on ABC Friday, September 29th. So it's going to it'll air back-to-back, 8 to 10 on ABC. But if you absolutely cannot wait, starting September 1st for 2 weeks, you can catch that two-episode premiere. You can catch that on IMAX. Yeah, thank you so much for retweeting the show. But you can catch it on IMAX for 2 weeks. It'll be there. So if you don't want to wait until September 29th, you can get to IMAX starting September 1st.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, what's up, Todd's dad? Welcome. So we knew it was going to happen. It was bound to happen, seeing as how the spin-off has a sequel. Conjuring 3 has officially been ordered by New Line. David Leslie Jordan, who wrote the second one, is back to write the script. So we don't have a specific date for that, but I'm assuming next year, maybe. Probably want to keep that ball rolling. Now, big news. We have talked about it twice, and this is the third time's the charm. Sense8 has officially gotten a series finale movie that's going to be on Netflix. Netflix heard you guys being super upset. This has been a very up and down month because on June 1st is when they canceled it. Mm-hmm. A couple weeks later, they said we ran the numbers because we loved it.
They do listen to petitions.
So they listen. So that's really, it is so good. So, and the way it ended, we need more. We need more, we need to finish it. We need closure. So what's really important is Netflix listen to you guys. Listen to all of us. So definitely find ways to promote this, to get it out there, share it with friends, recommend they watch the series. Because so often there are these like campaigns and fan petitions and all this stuff to save shows, and when they come back, nothing. Mm-hmm. Because people are like, oh, sweet, it's back, and they can kind of take it for granted. So for studios, it's really not worth it. So you really need, like, Jericho. The Jericho got canceled. That was the Skeet Ulrich show on CBS, I believe.
Hi.
Like, it was going to be canceled, and fans sent peanuts to CBS. Like, shipped literal peanuts to CBS. So CBS like, fine, we'll renew it for like a partial season to see how it goes, and nobody watched it. So same thing with Firefly. Oh my god, fans wouldn't shut up about Fox screwing the pooch and canceling the show and not giving it a chance, blah, blah, blah. So 20th Century Fox ordered a movie, and they were going to make it into a trilogy because they're like, wow, all of these people loved it. That's amazing. So they're going to make a trilogy. They made the first movie, and nobody went and saw it in the theater. It was a bomb. I mean, it wasn't a terrible bomb because it wasn't expensive, but it was a bomb because fans took it for granted. Yeah. So for stuff like Sense8 and everything like that, just make sure you're spreading the word. Don't, find ways to let Netflix know and let all these other studios know that when they do this, when they bring something back, regardless of the numbers or the financials, because Sense8 didn't have that big of an audience for how much it cost, and it cost a lot. Find ways to make sure they know that it's worth their time to give these second chances. Down from my soapbox. Okay, back to news.
You gotta do it sometimes.
So, if you are going to be seeing Spider-Man Homecoming coming out in theaters soon, chances are that you might see the unedited opening sequence for the sci-fi epic Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. They are running those in AMC, B&B theaters, Cinemark, Imagine Entertainment, Harkins theaters, as well as some regional theater circuits. So definitely, yeah, that's funny. Definitely, probably not up everyone's alley, but Europa, who produced this, they spent over $180 million on this film, which is insane. So they are trying, they know people are coming to Spider-Man, they are trying to generate interest for this movie that I am worried won't do that great, because, moving forward here, because Europa just reported a $136 million loss for their fiscal year that ended March 31st. They cited their underperforming slate, which I'm going to list the movies that came out in fiscal year 2016, and we can probably see what happened. So, 9 Lives, that movie about the talking cat, or the cat with Kevin Spacey's voice that I thought he did on a dare. Shut In, Miss Sloane, and The Circle, like the Facebook Big Brother type movie. All these movies didn't really do a lot, so they recorded a loss. So for them, they really are nervous about Valerian and and the City of a Thousand Planets. So that's
she got blocked.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, that wasn't. We didn't block you.
Just sometimes,
so I'm not sure. Sometimes other people block.
Yeah. Other people can block you if you. So don't worry about with us. So, Michelle Rodriguez had a little bit of heat thrown at the Fast and the Furious franchise this year. Adam Sandler films do great. I mean, Netflix just re-up for another 6 movies with them. 4 movies. Re-up for another 4. Adam Sandler movies turn a profit. Sometimes not that strong of profits, but they make their money back because they're produced relatively cheap for the Happy Madison production. So even though they don't seem to make a lot of money, they don't cost a lot. So, the 2 to 3 times multiplier, usually if they make $60 million, they've made a profit, and they're good. Yeah. So Michelle Rodriguez, this week in celebration, I guess, or an announcement that the digital version of the Fate of the Furious came out, she posted on Instagram basically saying, hey, Universal, show some love for Fast and the Furious, or else I might be out. For female roles, or I might be out. which is interesting because Charlize Theron was the main bad guy.
Right.
But yet, Michelle didn't have a lot going on in this last one, so I think maybe
that's
she's...
what that was?
Maybe she's a little...
What do you guys think?
I don't know if you guys think that... Oh, Michelle Rodriguez, gorgeous, awesome, love her. But I think probably... Because she doesn't do a lot in those movies.
Yeah.
She doesn't do a lot, which I don't know why, because she's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
She can fight. Like, you see her in choreography and stuff, and that's usually her. So
she had a bigger role in the first one.
Yeah, she had a bigger role in the first couple.
Yeah.
And since she came back from the dead, because apparently you do that in those movies when you for sure die in a movie, it's like, kidding.
Yeah.
It was all a dream, and Patrick Duffy's in your shower. That may have aged me. Anyway.
Yes, that really did.
Yes, that really did. So I apologize for that. So, yeah. I mean, I agree. I think there could be way stronger roles for women in those movies. And, I mean...
Yeah, we talked about that a lot last week.
They're only on the 9th movie. You know there's going to be, more than the 10 that they've ordered.
Right.
You know there's going to be more. So
the live-action comic stuff will have a lot of female characters.
Thank you, Man X, for getting that reference.
There's two female main characters, so there you
go. What's her name's not in it anymore? Jordana Brewster, right? Mm-hmm. She's not in it anymore because...
No, I mean the live-action comic stuff.
Never mind.
Live-action comics will have two female characters. Main characters.
Now, two people that's okay. Two people that are leaving a long
Hi from Italy.
project. Hey, what's up, Italy? Welcome back. I think I remember you from last week. Yes, Captain Marvel's coming out, which is awesome, but just because that's coming out and Wonder Woman came out doesn't mean we can't also have stronger roles for females and other stuff. So let's keep that train going. Mm-hmm. So, for Hawaii Five-0 fans, I'm sorry to give you bad news about the upcoming Season 8, but Daniel Day Kim and Grace Park are leaving. Hey, England. Welcome. Wow, it's really late there for you guys. They're 8 hours ahead, so...
What time is it there?
It's 5, so it's a little after 1, like 1:30 there. Wow. Dang. So thank you for joining us. So fans of Hawaii Five-0, sorry
yes,
that...
I am English. English and Swedish, they called it.
There you go.
That's weird. Yeah, I'm half English, half Swedish. Exactly. I don't know what this guy is, but...
I'm a mutt. I'm a European mutt. 2:40 a.m. Okay.
Wow.
So you're farther away than... So you're 9 hours ahead. So the person I know there is 8 hours ahead. My bad. So Paramount Pit, we've talked about this a couple times because Tom Cruise is super excited about it, like couch jumping excited. But Paramount now has a premiere date. For Top Gun. Okay, for Top Gun 2. It is going to be July 12th of 2019. Is he going to do a piano scene? I think so. I hope he doesn't sing in this.
He will.
We talked about this before. Please, Tom Cruise, do not do karaoke. You run beautifully. You run in every film, and I never get sick of you running. But please do not sing.
And don't play volleyball, remember?
Yeah.
I had a major rant about that.
Yeah, stay off the couch. All right, so the Tron Legacy director, Joseph Krasinski, is going to be directing this. And that's actually going to be a reunion because he directed Tom Cruise in Oblivion. So we kind of have more details, and I'm sure we'll have more moving forward. So, big news, 20th Century Fox is like tripling down on... Bye. I'm so glad. So 20th Century Fox is tripling down on the X-Men properties. They've announced a whole bunch of release dates for things, not necessarily the names. So let's kind of go over that. So, by the way, someone says they want another Tron Legacy. They did have another movie they were going to do in Tron, but because it's Disney and they kind of have an embarrassment of riches situation right now, they decided to not go ahead with a third one because Legacy did okay, but Disney has so many really successful, big budget movies that they're like, we just don't have room for it. So probably there's going to be maybe a reboot at some point or whatever, but I don't think there's going to be like a third in that story.
Yeah.
So going back to 20th Century Fox with their X-Men-ish movies. So in the X-Men universe, they want to do an expanded for that. So we already know, and this is hence the title, We already know that there's going to be a Deadpool 3. It's just going to... I mean, they've already talked about it. The Gambit movie, with or without Channing Tatum, still in development. A Logan spinoff is being talked about with the Laura character, the X-23. So that'd be pretty cool. She was pretty awesome. I'd be interested to see that. And an X-Force movie. So, kind of going over the slots that they've taken. They've decided June 7th and November 22nd of 2019. For the June one, that's going to be going up against Charlie's Angels. So apparently Sony wants to bring that back.
As long as Bryan Singer doesn't touch anything.
He'll be probably producing all of the X-Men anthology ones. I doubt he'll be directing anymore. But the November 22nd date, so far, nothing's going against it. In 2020, there's going to be 3. So, which already we kind of have 3 coming out next year. So it's like, that's kind of what they're going to be doing with these. So there's going to be a March 13th one, which is going to be going up against a Pixar movie. Nice. So you have a choice, an X-Men-ish movie or Pixar. I think I know which one you'll choose.
Yeah. Exactly.
June 26th and October 2nd. So there, once again, we don't have any titles for these. And in March 5th of 2021, they have decided to also plant their flag for an X-Men-ish thing. Oh, that's another one. So you're laughing? You're laughing about a Fantastic Four 2, but 20th Century Fox still owns the rights to it, and they're discussing doing another reboot. So, I am not happy about that. Let that die. Let that go back to Marvel. For the love of God. Okay. Now to renewals or cancellations. We actually have some this time.
Yeah?
Do you want good or bad news first?
Good news.
He always likes the
always good news first.
He always like that. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I think everyone's going to protest another Fantastic Four because it's not the best for Fox. But hey, whatever. So, good news.
Straight to video.
Netflix has renewed Dear White People for a 10-episode season 2, as well as they've renewed F is for Family for a season 3. Which, have you ever seen that show?
Which one?
F is for Family?
No.
The Bill Burr animated. Hilarious.
It's good?
Highly recommend it. Really good.
I'll put it on the list.
NBC has renewed their summer series World of Dance, well, springish summer series World of Dance for season 2. It's been doing okay. AMC is bringing back Better Call Saul for season 4.
That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it does really well for that.
Yeah.
So, sadly,
I'm all about that show.
Not sadly. We only have one cancellation. And that is the Carmichael show has been canceled. So this season 3 that's currently happening, or I think it's about ready to wrap up, is it. So Netflix series, we already talked about it. F is for Family and Dear White People have both been renewed for another season. So Carmichael show, the network and studio announced the news shortly after Jared Carmichael actually came out and said he was exiting the series as the cast options were set to expire. So... yeah, I would say if the star of the show, whose name is the show, is leaving, it's probably dead.
Yeah.
You know that, Ed. But, so that's the cancellation. Now we'll go on to box office. This is the final segment before part 2, so once again, stick around. We're going to reset. It's going to be on Live Action Comics, so check that out. So, not a shocker to anybody, Despicable Me 3 was number 1 in the box office with $75.4 million over the weekend. Now, kind of silver lining here. Bad news is it came in slightly lower than Despicable Me 2 and way lower than Minions, but Despicable Me 2 came out for $83.5 million its first weekend. But the silver lining is these movies, they do them pretty cheap. Yeah. It only costs $80 million to make it. So it's going to have legs. It's going to keep going. The children's properties it's not usually the first weekend that they get all of their money. Yeah. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. There's going to be Minions 2. There's no way there's not. I think they're already making it right now. Coming in at number 2, which blew past expectations. Everyone's really excited about it. Baby Driver. The Edgar Wright heist chase musical. Yeah,
it looks good.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Came in over the 3-day weekend at $21 million, but the total cum, because it started Wednesday, technically Tuesday, $30 million for the first week. Inexpensive movie, solid cast, They're super happy about it. It's getting great reviews. So everyone's happy. Coming in at number 3 is Transformers: The Last Night. On its second weekend, it plummeted 62%. Not really surprised about that. The 3-day cume was 17 million.
That happens.
Total cume is 102.1 million. And now that's pretty much what the last movie made its first weekend. So they're pacing. It's doing fine internationally, and it's probably going to be fine. But it definitely is underperforming here. And we talked about that last week, too. So definitely check that out. We talk about some causation with that. Coming in at number 4 is Wonder Woman. Over the weekend made 15.6 million, and still the declines, if you see every single week, the declines are so little and little. Like, it was only 37% less than it made last week. In 5 weeks, it made 346.1 million. It's killing it, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're doing good on that one.
Coming in at number 5 is Cars 3, not a shocker, at 9.5 million. It also plummeted 60%. For a total of 120.7 million. But you know what? They're probably going to keep cranking those out because the merchandise sale, they turn a profit for Cars before the movie comes out. So now, normally we do just the top 5, but we also have like notable mentions, good or bad. Sadly, it's a bad one. Coming in at number 6 was The House, the Amy Poehler Will Ferrell movie. One of Will Ferrell's lowest openings ever. It made 9 million. It didn't even crack the top 5. Reviews were not too kind to it. So 9 million for those two. It wasn't even screened for critics, so that's never a good sign for it doing well financially, because
not good.
If it's not reviewed for critics, people tend to wait to see what they say later. So it's not necessarily that it's a bad movie, it's just it kind of hurts their chances.
So I went to Taco Landia.
Okay.
It's in Los Angeles. They have all you can eat tacos. Like, all the taco vendors in Los Angeles go there.
Sold.
And it's really good. So, but anyway, randomly the house had a booth there, and it was like a gambling booth. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
It just, like, you walked up to it and it was like a wheel you spin. It just made zero sense.
Yeah, because the house is about a couple who basically makes their house into a casino.
Right, but I don't know if the marketing was very good, because I even looked at it and went like, what the heck are they doing?
Yeah, and yes, Tom Hardy is going to be awesome as Venom. I think Carnage is going to be in this movie, but they haven't announced anybody yet, so that'll be very awesome.
And they picked Taco Landia. That doesn't make, again, bad call. So I don't know.
So, that is the weekly nerd news for the week, where part 2 is coming up very shortly. It's going to be on the live action comic stream. If you can't find it, it will be on our social medias. Mine is the Noah Kinsey.
And then we're going to switch to live action comic here in a second, which is the primary account for this. And my personal is I'm Todd Christian. So you can find it on there too. We share it.
So
share it on there.
Yeah, you're gonna find out free comics. Like, you're gonna find out free merchandise for live action comics. You're gonna find out how you can win a care package sent to you from us. A lot of really good stuff. So stick around for part 2. But thank you guys so much. We will also be back. We're here every week, so we will be back in a week for more nerd news. But stick around for part 2.
Bye. Yeah. Hi guys, we're live. Noah's going to be connecting all of his accounts.
All of my account.
All of your account. So on this episode of SuperCast Part 2, we're just going to reiterate everything to do with live action comics, like the free giveaways we have. Once we get 100 subscribers on YouTube, we're going
What's going on, Jennifer?
We're going to give a special person that subscribes a autographed poster of live action comics. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, we'll have an original copy of Element X, the comic book, delivered to you. Along with, we have like a grab bag of just random comics that we'll send to you as well.
So go to Live Action Comics, find that on YouTube. And how's it going, Treasures for Cash?
That's my dad.
Oh, hey, how's it going? So go on YouTube, subscribe to Live Action Comics. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to do, kind of to reiterate, because we have more new people.
Cheer.
So 100, we're going to be sending a signed poster for the Element X, as well as a huge collection of comics. That's going to be for 1,000, right? Yeah. But just for the 100, a bunch of like Marvel and DC comics from like 80s, 90s through now. So it's really cool. So definitely do that.
Now, on liveactioncomics.com, go on there and you can download the downloadable copy of this for free.
For free.
This will be a physical copy for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So go on to YouTube and get on our, subscribe to our YouTube page.
So let's talk about what else, what the new update. So before we had, like you were saying, we have the Element X, we have the free digital comic. Go to liveactioncomics.com, and in the store you can get a free copy. It's
actually on the homepage now too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we added it straight onto the homepage, so you can go straight on there. And we wanted to explain that we put a new comic on there. We did a little fan art piece a little bit back, and we created like a short little promotional comic with Wonder Woman and Deadpool. So
bringing those worlds together.
Yeah, bringing all, Element X with Wonder Woman, Deadpool, everything's all good.
So that's also a free digital copy on there.
So you got 2 free digital copies on there that you can just go in and you just go into the cart, and you don't have to put a promo code anymore. It just
before you had to, but this automatically is free.
Yeah, we fixed that just to make it a little easier. What are they saying?
Oh, to text the name. Just look for Live Action Comics on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's the channel.
Yeah, it's actually, the handle is youtube.com/grandscopeent for now. So that's actually the handle. Because they don't allow you to change. We just started the YouTube page, and they don't allow you to change the URL until you have 100 subscribers.
But on the search bar, you can put Live Action Comics.
Yeah, if you put Live Action Comics, that's actually the name of the YouTube page.
So that'd probably be the easiest.
Probably the easiest way to do it.
So on the search, Live Action Comics.
Yeah.
So kind of going back to the website. So there's a free first issue of Element X, and there's a free kind of fan art with Deadpool, Wonder Woman, and Element X. It's a comic book, 11 pages?
It's about, 11 pages.
It's really cool, free.
Little quick read, kind of gets you understanding what the live action comic process is.
And with those, you can even share those codes or share the digital copies with other people. So you don't have to worry. It's not like pirating or anything.
No.
So you can kind of send it to people or whatever that you'd like to do.
Yeah, or you can email it to people because it's your copy. And once you download it,
yeah, we don't mind.
Yeah, email it around. We just want to get some feedback and see what you guys think, and want you to get to know the story of Element X. Now that is the fan art piece is just a different storyline. It's just like a small little individual storyline that we just did for that. So that's not really the Element X story. It's just like on its own. But
nobody has Amazing Fantasy 15. That's ridiculously expensive.
We will be coming out with Element X 2 like very, very soon. So it's just in the editing process, so it should be done really soon. So
yes, free books.
That will be online very soon, and it's the second one of this. So, and that will be free as well. So we're just going to put a lot of free stuff up, just so you guys can see the storyline, like we said, and start enjoying the concept and understanding the live action comics process is important for us. And we'd like to know your feedback. So any kind of questions or anything you have, like throw it at us. Looking forward to
Volume 2. Thanks, Jake.
Appreciate it. So what do you think about the first issue?
Were you able to check out the first issue?
I've had a lot of people ask about Volume 2 already, but
thanks for sharing us on Facebook, Treasures for Cash. Very cool.
Yep.
Oh, and Twitter. So thank you so much for
we really appreciate the shares. That really helps.
every week you guys have been really awesome, and we just really have, a solid group of people who watch us, and so we really appreciate new people coming aboard. We appreciate the returning people who enjoy what we talk about. It's totally fine popping in and out. A lot of people do that on Periscope. It's kind of
it's great. It's fun.
thing. So we appreciate that you're showing up and interacting with us. It's very cool.
Yeah, retweet if you can.
Yeah.
That's always good.
So what else? What else do we have this week?
That's basically it for now.
Great.
We just have some
Jake
free
said
stuff.
that he loved it. That's awesome.
Oh, good. What do you think about the different way that we illustrate the comic books? We take.
Do you like that? It's a little bit different.
It's not artwork. It's actual photography that we change and post and make it look like a comic book. So it's actual actors.
Oh, thanks, Narnia. Appreciate it. So we do.
Pass along the word that we're creating a new genre of comic book. So that's we're kind of battling the whole industry of creating a new product. So. But it's been fun and really interesting, so people really like it. But anyway, grab your free copy on liveactioncomics.com. You'll get the free download
issue of Element X.
The very first issue of Element X, and it's 44 pages long, so it's a fairly decent long comic book. And along with that, download the 11-page promotional fan art piece. Of Element X on there as well, and that's free. And it's on the homepage or the store. Just go to the store and download it. And we also have a bunch of products on there too.
Hey website. Cyborg, what's up? Welcome back.
Hey Cyborg, what's up, dude? Isn't it super late there? I think he's in.
Yeah, thanks,
England.
Nikki.
Where's he at?
I don't know.
He's overseas.
I don't remember what he said, but so welcome back. So
anyway, what I was saying is there's we revamped the website about a month ago, so there's all kinds of new products, T-shirts, coffee mugs, phone cases, you name it on there. So check that out as well. Oh, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, and let us know.
He talks more in the part 2, and I talk more about the part 1.
Yeah, he does the nerd news, and then I kind of talk about the live-action comic stuff. He's the writer of Element X, the TV show, so you can always throw questions at him as well.
Sure.
I write the comic books for now, and he writes the movie
scripts,
and TV scripts and such. So, but I think that's it for today, right?
Awesome.
Do you have anything?
I don't, except for go, once again, YouTube, Live Action Comics, subscribe there. When we get to 100, we are going to have a huge giveaway for a bunch of comics. We're really close, thank you guys so much.
We only have like 20 left.
Yeah, so we're really close.
Yeah.
Go to liveactioncomics.com to get the free first issue of Element X, as well as the fan art, the 11-page with Deadpool, Wonder Woman, and Element X. So definitely follow us on social media. You have Live Action Comics.
Yep.
Element X.
Yep.
I'm Ty Christian.
Yeah, Live Action Comics. Live Action Comic on Twitter, which you're following here.
Good night, Jen.
I'm Todd Christian is my personal account. This is the Noah Kinsey on Twitter. Handle should be on this video as well, so you can just click it. But,
yeah. So follow us on there. If you missed any of this or missed part 1 or missed part 2, we share them repeatedly on Twitter to make sure that you can find them very easily.
Right.
And once again on YouTube, we have the full episodes together instead of just split up into 2 parts on Twitter and Periscope.
Yeah, the whole entire episode will be on YouTube, so you can catch up and watch all the episodes. I think that's it. So guys, thank you so much.
See you guys.
Again, we want to say thanks for all the viewership and people watching us. It means a lot to us. So we really appreciate it.
Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Narnia. Thanks Kate. So see you guys.
All right, we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.